Hey, how you doing, YouTube? My name is Francois. Nice to meet you. I'm actually interested in showing you how to make money online. Now, before we proceed into making money online, there's a few things I like to share about myself and how I got started making money online, and hopefully you can see how you can get started making money online as well. I originally got started selling online through Amazon.com, and my first item that I sold was a college textbook, believe it or not, and it sold pretty quickly. And I began to list all the college textbooks that I had laying around the house, and I sold every college textbook that I could get my hands on from family members as well, because it was this feeling that was just invigorating for me to just have this item sell so easily, just for me, just pretty much just punching in the ISBN number and hitting list. So I sold several college textbooks and began to look for other places where I can possibly source and sell their items as well. So after searching around and kind of pondering different places, I thought of a local store that sold a lot of electronics and technology items. And I went there and I priced a couple of different things and I wanted to see what they were selling on Amazon. And there were some profit in certain items. But the best item I found was a portable TV DVD, which was actually not truly portable, but what it did was it gave you the ability to play DVDs on the same LCD screen, so you didn't need a separate console to play DVDs. And I noticed that these items were being purchased in great deal by parents who were shipping them out to their children. Now, after selling several of these televisions, I began to really outsource my talents of finding things and selling them on Amazon. The only problem was is I really didn't take the time to learn about how to sell on Amazon and what to avoid when selling on Amazon. So I made a lot of mistakes in the beginning. Some mistakes that hopefully if you follow my advice, you won't make at all. So I ended up selling pretty well, doing well, making actually a couple $1,000s a month while selling there. But along the line, I received a letter from Amazon stating, you know what? We're no longer be able to do business with you due to the fact that you aren't meeting our seller performance guidelines. So I got this letter and I was immediately destroyed. I looked at online at that point as kind of the evil abyss that kind of built me up and let me down so quickly. So I went back and started focusing all my efforts at my job. And I thought about online. I just had this bad taste in my mouth and I didn't want to think about it anymore. So I kind of walked away. But I kept getting this yearning at my job. Like I knew this couldn't be all there was for me. It seemed like it initiated this spark inside of me, and I just kept saying to myself, you know what? Maybe there is another way. How about I truly dedicate myself to finding it? And that's what I did. I actually went home and began searching online for various places to sell, and I came up with several, but the first being eBay. And I said, I'm glad I didn't start here because now I'm going to take the time to learn everything I can about eBay before I get started selling there and take advantage of everything they have to show me, which I did. So I started selling items on eBay and I was doing extremely well. I sold several hundred items in a very short time span, actually making Power Seller in less than 60 days. And anybody that sells on eBay knows how difficult that is. Although I quickly grew to fall in love with eBay, I began watching other sellers on YouTube and finding out what some of their pitfalls were. That way I wouldn't make those same mistakes while I was selling on eBay. And I started really paying attention to the more negative comments and negative videos. That way I could truly get an idea of what people didn't like and see if it's something that I could either A, find a better way of doing those things so I didn't have to dislike them as well, or even maybe find a better place or a better way to sell my items to instill the need for independence online and how hard it is actually focusing on selling on a marketplace when any given day you can be given the same letter I received at one point on Amazon. So, with some pretty good advice, I decided it might be best if I build up my own brand online and make sure that I have something to sustain myself if I do decide to sell on various marketplaces and they decide that they don't want me to sell there anymore. So that's what I began to do. So I began to build websites while I was listing products on eBay and other sites. And to be honest with you, I'm glad I did it just like that because those marketplaces were selling so quickly and was able to provide me the necessary capital that I can invest in my own brand and building up myself. And that's what I'm going to give to you if you follow my step by step process of how to get started selling online today.